Hi. I'd like to take a few moments to talk with you about such matters as doing research for a research paper and how to do good and effective research writing with proper documentation, where you have just enough sources cited to show interaction with your sources in your writing, but not having too many sources cited where it just doesn't end up being your work at all but the work of others. Some of these things can be kind of touchy and great care is needed, because I think that doing research and writing for a short paper or a long paper, either way, it is an art, it is a science, and everybody goes about it a bit differently. So I hope to encourage you in these few moments towards some of the higher ideals and objectives of good research writing. What's important, once you have your topic selected and your topic is approved, if that's necessary by your professor, is you want to study and read widely in a wide variety of sources. I never recommend to a student just Google it or just go to internet sources. That's never going to be sufficient. If you're doing studies of a biblical nature, we have some outstanding commentaries in our 200 section in our library, and those commentaries can't be found online. So it'd be good to look at some of the commentary research in the area in which you're studying. Now online there's Bible.org is a good source, soniclight.com. If you go to soniclight.com and then click on study notes, you get Dr. Tom Constable's notes on every book of the Bible. And this is an outstanding web resource for any type of biblical research. I highly commend that to students of the Bible. Okay? But you want to read broadly. You want to have some good, strong web sources. You need to have some good in-print sources as well, so that you're well-rounded. Now, once you've read, then you need to figure out how to organize your paper. I'd like to see a title page, a table of contents, and then the headings that you have in your table of contents, or each line becomes headings in your paper, so that you create structure. And then you're going to write your paper based largely upon the things that you've read, but you're going to rewrite it in your own words and actually make it yours. The kind of papers I don't like to see are the kind where almost every sentence has a footnote on it, because that's not research writing. That's just saying, I'll take this guy's and put it here, then I'll take this paragraph, stick it here, and then I got a 10-page paper. See? This is an encounter with critical thinking, with sociology. You're mastering this small subject to create your paper, and then you're writing it out in your own words and only occasionally citing just those sources that are unique to that idea, or that are just a choice, perhaps quote or citation. Okay? If two or three of your commentaries all mention basically the same idea, that's just general common knowledge. You don't need to footnote that. Just put it in your own words, and now it's yours because you learned it. Okay? So somewhere try to find a balance in your, well, I call it footnoting, but in in APA it's in text citing. I've provided in this course a sample APA paper which you'll want to look at for sure as you formulate your paper. This sample has a title page. It does not have a table of contents, however. I do like a table of contents. For a 3 or 4 page paper, even a small table of contents will show structure and will help guide the reader. But I think this sample APA paper, which you can look at, has plenty of good ideas for how to format. This is certainly way simpler than Trabian formatted papers, which I'm accustomed to being a teacher in the Bible department. We use Trabian. It's far more complex. I think it looks pretty good. But this APA, I think, in the main is a very good generalist way to do citations. I'm just looking through the sample. It's very straightforward. You've got half-inch indents, inch margins all the way around, maybe a bit more. But I think you'll gain a lot by printing this out and looking at it yourself. And you can find that in the Blackboard course under APA paper, or maybe I'll put it under course materials. So as you work on your paper, I always recommend getting an early start. If you have a paper due at the end of the term, don't wait until 2 weeks before the end of the term to start it. I'd start it now and just enjoyably find 4, 5, 6, 7 really good sources and do some Xeroxing and some thinking. Get excited about your subject, then let it sit for a week. Okay? Sleep on it for a while. It's always good to spend a long period of time working on a paper but in small amounts over a long period of time. Okay? That way you're not cramming, and the ideation process can occur, and you can come up with some ideas that get you really excited to create a better paper. So follow the APA formatting. Use good sources, because I do evaluate a bibliography. By the way, you need to include a bibliography at the end of your paper, APA style, formatted, so that I can know all the sources that you used. Certainly anything that you cite in the paper will need to be in your bibliography. We have a great library. Through your computer you can access full-text articles on these topics you're studying from our library, but right onto your computer at home or work or wherever you are. So that's the beauty of cyberspace today, is you can do research broadly. Just be very careful. I don't want to see Wikipedia in any of your citations. It's not a bad idea to go to Wikipedia. I do often, because you can get a general sense. Okay, here's a topic, boom, here's the history of the topic. Yeah, I can see some things. Now I'm going to go do some real research. Okay? So I don't think Wikipedia is all bad. You could check out Theopedia. I don't know if you've ever done this, but Theopedia is all theological things done in the public sphere, like Wikipedia. But it has some really good stuff in there. I mean, I've used some stuff in Theopedia as well. So I want to encourage you. I'm praying for you. I care a great deal about you as a student, that you understand what it is we're trying to do when we do research and writing. And may God bless you in your studies in this course. Thank you.